This is the South Dakota state capital in Pierre, South Dakota. Population of this capital is about 13,700 people.
An interesting fact about the dome is that the roof is in fact copper, even though it's black. And it is black because when it oxidizes, there's little to no pollution in the air here. So it didn't oxidize to that pretty kind of bluish green that we think of the Statue of Liberty. And this NPR article that I read about it, a reporter went to the Capitol building and like none of the legislators knew that the roof was green. They just assumed it was a black roof. And the reporter was like, I finally found a legislator, like the 26th guy I talked to, who not only could tell me that the roof was indeed copper, but he also told him about the congressman with the fastest pitch and all this other stuff. So that was kind of neat. But it's really cool looking building.
That must be
very interesting. Another interesting fact is that the legislative body has decided that it would not be a good use of money to scrub the Capitol roof, the dome there. So it's going to remain black until someone decides it's worth spending the money on. I think it's kind of cool that it's black. It's probably the only one in the country. So,
well, you think of South Dakota and you think of the Black Hills.
That's true.
So,
oh, yeah, cool.
So Black Hills, Black Dome for the Capitol, right?
Perfect,
yeah.
Perfect. This is kind of a cool little town, very small. So, small and pretty.
This is our campground at Hazelton Recreation Area, North Dakota.
Oh, look, right there. It is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be too close. Maybe not even where we were.
Maybe not. We are at the Hazelton
Recreation
area, which is on the Missouri River, but here on the river they call it the Oahe Lake, which apparently they do. So, because in South Dakota they call that part of the Missouri some Francis Cass Lake. So, but it is the Missouri. We stayed here last year. It is a great site. As you can see, it's us and one other camper. It does have electricity and super clean pit toilets, so that's a plus. And we're maybe 30 miles south of Bismarck here.
And with our geyser pass, it cost us $8 for a night, so no complaints there.
Geyser pass. I know, like that. Of course, I don't qualify yet.
Okay, for our lifetime senior pass.
Oh, I don't like that any better.
Okay, you geezers.
Back at the north unit of Theodore Roosevelt National Park. And our buddies, the buffalo.
They're taking the whole road.
He's like, come on, I dare you. There's one coming up behind us. I wonder if that's what he's looking at.
It's on my side. I've got him in the...
he's big.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's Grandpa catching up.
I just want to give you a look at our campground in Theodore Roosevelt National Park. This is the North Unit, and this is why we like the North Unit. This is the campground this morning. That's us camped over there. See how many neighbors we have? Here's some fine CCC workmanship from the mid-30s. Overlooking a big bend in the Little Missouri River.
So last summer, when we were here at Teddy Roosevelt, all I wanted to do was see a bighorn sheep. And I don't know how many drives we took to see one. Never saw one. However, right over my shoulder, where we stopped at this overlook, is a beautiful bighorn sheep with a huge rack. And he's just kind of laying in the sun and the shade down there. And I'm just ecstatic that we finally saw one.
And we took some pictures with the camera, and we'll
post them.
We'll post them here. When you hike out here, you have to watch your step. Buffalo. Some bison hair on the side of this little wind-blown tree from the bison coming back and scratching his back on it. Kind of cool.
This one's cool. Hey, we are at the end of the road. The 18-mile road, I think it is, in Teddy Roosevelt. One way in, one way out. We just hiked the Achenbach Trail to Sporady Point at this oxbow here, and what they refer to here is the Little Missouri.
That's almost a double, maybe even a triple oxbow.
That's really cool. When we were here last summer, there was hardly any water in that river. It was a trickle. They had been in a drought situation for a couple of years. So I hope between winter rain and winter snow, it has alleviated that drought in some way. The good thing or the bad thing about hiking on these established trails is that animals also hike on them. And on our way in here, luckily we were talking and making enough noise that we kind of spooked up 6 or 7 a buffalo family, and before we got too close they heard us and they ran off the other direction. Super windy out here. Maybe they smelled us, I don't know. But it is one of my most favorite places on earth. If we could convince our children and grandchildren to move out here, we'd probably do it. inches on that, kids?
In the summertime, I don't know about the
Yeah,
winter.
that's true. And there is still snow in places up here. We were the only car in the parking lot when we got out here. And we can see the parking lot off in the distance, and one just pulled up. But we've got this place to ourselves, and the buffalo, I guess, and the bighorn sheep.
And he's standing right in the middle of the trail on our way back, guarding the trail. We'll have to wait. I don't know that we can go around right here.
Here we are, bushwhacking. There's Chuck down there in the yellow, because there's a big old bull buffalo on the trail, and he's not the slightest bit concerned about us. So we're having to go down this steep hill in the snow. All right, I'll let you know. Well, we made it around that Big Daddy Bison. He kept his eyes on us the whole time we were in view, but Chuck took us down a pretty steep, brambly path.
Down a gully.
Down a gully, yeah.
We couldn't go to the left because there was the herd. His family was to the left.
Yeah.
And the only way to the right was through the thicket.
Yeah,
and
brambles.
down a steep gully and back up the other side.
Back up through the snow a little bit on the other side. And when we came out, he hadn't moved, and he was looking at us. We were far enough away that we were no problem. But obviously they have great hearing, maybe a great sense of smell. And he just watched us continue on our way. So that was a fun adventure today. A lot of buffalo out today, and it is absolutely gorgeous out here. And it's like we have this park to ourselves, not another
I did
soul.
notice that after we did clear the bison bull, that somebody kept turning around and looking behind her all the way back to the parking lot. So
you never know.
Just in case.
I was afraid maybe one of the youngsters had been like, "Dad, go scare them." So I wanted to make sure.
All right, Nomies, we're back at camp.
Walked out on the trail behind the campsite out here to the Little Missouri River. We're glad y'all came along with us. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up button, like and subscribe it, and then you'll get notifications every time we post one. We hope you enjoyed it.
All right, fare thee well, Nomies.
Fare thee well, Nomies. See you next time.
Bye.